What happened was.
Hey friends, it's so nice to see you. It's today, the time is now. You are here and the weather is outside your window.
Hope you're having a beautiful day. But even if today is kinda poopy, it's never too late to start over. Come on, we'll show you. Just breathe. Can do the best Just breathe. Can be the best day of life. Just breathe. Just breathe.
Good news. This is good news.
A tiny chameleon species was discovered in Madagascar. The chameleon measures just half an inch long and is thought to be the smallest of all the 11,500 species of reptiles on Earth. Nzambi Mate of Kenya has created bricks from recycled plastics. The bricks are 5 times stronger than concrete and can be used reliably as building materials. And a giant xylophone has been created in a Japanese forest. The xylophone uses gravity to play itself as a wooden ball cascades down the keys, playing Bach. This Chicago resident saw a food vendor selling tamales in the frigid cold and decided to do 2 good deeds at once. He bought out the vendor of all their supply and handed the warm meals out to citizens experiencing homelessness and hunger. And Patches the cat has been reunited with their family once again, after being missing for 3 years as the result of a mudslide in California. Patches was living in a shelter in Santa Barbara when a scan of a microchip led to a happy reunion. That's good news. Good news.
I love stories, don't you? Everybody's got a story. Everything has got a story. Every place has got a story. Stories can inspire, they can teach, they can make you laugh, they can make you cry, or both. This is a show about stories. Every episode, I'll bring on a guest to tell their story. Since this is the pilot, and I'm your host, I thought I'd start out by telling you my story. The story of how I got into the most wonderful, wacky world there is, showbiz.
What happened was.
Hey,
Hi.
how are you?
This is weird.
It's so weird.
We've never done this before.
Not like this. Let's get into it, shall we?
All right. What happened was I graduated with my musical theater degree from Ithaca College because I just discovered opera little tiny bit before that. I had auditioned for a bunch of grad schools for opera programs, but also went to New York and did a bunch of auditions. And I got offered the national tour of Oklahoma. I had some callbacks for Disney, some auditions for soap operas. But I ended up going to Tennessee to study opera. It just wasn't the right fit. I was used to being in dance classes and being in rehearsal for musicals, and suddenly I was in diction classes and vocal pedagogy and things I really knew nothing about and still don't. So I moved to New York. I was working all sorts of different jobs, as you do. I worked in a doctor's office, I had a church choir job, and then I got this temp job. I was working at Coach, the handbag store, at their corporate office on 34th Street. I just moved to New York. I had no money. I had holes in the soles of my shoes. Holes in my shoes, and I could feel the pavement. Don't even talk about food. I sat in that office for 6 months. I moved here to, pursue showbiz. And I'm not doing it, just sitting in this office chair. But I decided, and no one that I worked with knows this to this day, to take a week off. And I called in sick. And every day I would call or email and be like, I'm sick again. So I picked up a copy of Backstage and was like, I'm going to go to all these auditions. If I get anything in this week of auditioning, it means I'm supposed to be in showbiz and I'll quit this job. I went to a bunch of auditions. The first thing I got offered was to play the horse. The horse. Puppet travel. A traveling puppet musical of Animal Farm. I got cast. I'm gonna tour as a puppet horse. I heard the Broadway show Coram Boy was looking for basses. So I went to the audition. Hello, I'm here. I heard you need a bass. And there was a man behind the desk. Can I see your equity card? The Actors Equity Association. And if you have that card, it's a golden ticket. You get to audition for any show. But I didn't have that card. Oh no, I'm not equity, but I heard they need basses, so I'm here. I'd like to audition. This is a union audition. You can't just come in. And I was so flustered. I was gonna burst into tears, holes in the shoes. Everything's just like, I go to the office, I pop in, I sneak in, and I just start typing in 72-point font. I am a bass. I heard you need basses for this show. And then I print it. I take a highlighter and I walk back. I go back to that man. Please give this to the people. Need this job. God, I hope I get it. I got a call with an audition offer. I went to the audition and I was basically hired on the spot for my first Broadway show. We started rehearsal 1 week later. Got my Actors Equity union card. And first audition I went to with that card was South Pacific, and that was my second Broadway show. I got cast as Lurch in The Addams Family. How did I become an opera singer? So I was doing Lurch in The Addams Family with the director Phelan McDermott, who does all of Philip Glass's operas. He asked me to audition for Philip for the world premiere of The Perfect American. And I was cast as a robot, Abraham Lincoln. I had never sung with an orchestra before without a microphone. I got to continue with that team, and I'd done Akhenaten in London and LA and at the Met. It's been a wild ride. I've done some TV along the way. I still do theater, opera, whatever, and now this. And now this. Well, fabulous. Thank you so much. That was so fun. Can I ask you some questions? Okay. Zodiac sign, Sagittarius. First show you ever did? Grease, at my high school. Favorite work of art? Who wrote these questions? I love Salvador Dali. I'm not going to pick one, nor do I know the names of any of them. Melty clocks. Favorite food? Macaroni and cheese. Best vacation ever? It's like an island. Best sick day excuse? Always diarrhea. You could have a weekend away with anyone. Dolly Parton. Backup dream job? Politician. Do you believe in ghosts? Absolutely. Pitch me a new opera in under 10 seconds. Moon landing. There's some like side story, like moon landing. Conspiracy of the moon landing didn't happen. Just didn't have cameras that worked on the moon. They really did go to the moon. Is that a bad story? Space. You can go to any planet. Jupiter. You can live in any time period. Like dinosaurs. You can spend a year living as someone else. Beyonce. Yeah, Beyonce. What's the meaning of life? Oh God. I think just to do the most good possible, to be of the most service, and to find happiness and peace and love so you can share those things with others. And what's the high note of your life? What's the low note of your life? Well, thanks. This has been a lot of fun. Well, thank you. It was a pleasure. This was
Always a
less
pleasure.
weird than I thought it was going to be.
For you.
But I guess we've spent a lot of time together, haven't we?
Yeah.
Anyway, good luck with the show. This has
Thank
been
you.
fun. I hear you have some amazing guests. Really amazing guests.
Shout out to Cedar Hill High School in Texas for their recent production of The Wiz, performed entirely in masks. That's not easy, and these kids got together with a ton of pride and passion to present this wonderful show. And further down the Yellow Brick Road, a shout out to Roseburg High School Theater in Oregon, who's presenting The Wizard of Oz entirely virtually. And one last shout out to Lakeland's Community College Music Program in Ohio, who will present an online concert free for all, their first major virtual event.
That's all for this episode. I hope the rest of your today is wonderful. I know my today is better because of you. Puppies and rainbows till we meet again.